Welcome, everybody, to Row 60, a Georgia football podcast. My name is Clark Gaines. Joining me today, as always, Adam Thornton.
Yes, sir, baby.
This is show number 18, and we're going to do something a little bit differently on this episode. We're going to call this a hodgepodge episode because we've got a slew of different topics, questions, and things to talk about on this episode, all of them submitted by you guys. We appreciate you guys participating in this, and you kind of call the shots for this. It's going to be an interesting episode.
I love it, Clark. You really don't know where it's going to go. Exactly. You really don't know where it's going to go. It's exciting. A little bit of a dead period right now with Georgia football. Got the early signing day coming up, and I don't know, Clark, and the excitement's starting to ramp up for Michigan in the Orange Bowl. So before we get to that, good podcast just to answer some questions.
Yeah, absolutely.
And, do a little different format and everything. So I'm excited about it. I'm ready to go.
Me too. I have no idea. Well, neither of us have no idea where this is going. We don't have any notes. We've just got the list of topics.
Just the questions, and we're just going to answer them.
That's it.
First thing that comes to mind, just throw it out there. So I hope everybody enjoys it. Something different. Then we'll be back to our regular format.
That's
here
it.
Shortly.
That's it.
For the playoff run, baby.
That's it.
National championship. Everybody get back, fired up, get juiced, enjoy the holidays with the loved ones. But, hey, we still got business, Clark.
That's right.
We still got business.
Cannot be emphasized enough.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
That's right, Adam. You're exactly right. We're going to have a episode coming out. I believe it will be that Monday. We're going to do it on Monday, December 27th. We'll have an episode ready for you guys. That will be our preview of Michigan, the Orange Bowl.
Boom.
We will talk way more in depth about that game later on. Good matchup there. I'm really excited about that. So stay tuned for that stuff.
Clark, I like that the people are going to have a whole week instead of a Wednesday release, a whole week to listen to us and get amped for the big New Year's Eve matchup.
Oh, yeah. It's going to be a good one. It's going to be good.
So get Christmas out of the way and then get your minds right, people.
That's it. Adam, I love Christmas. I don't think we should get out of the way.
No, you're right. I'm just saying. That's what I meant. Like, do Christmas. Enjoy Christmas.
Right.
Hone in on Christmas. Focus on Christmas. Focus on family. It is a great time. I love it. It's my favorite time of year. But then on December 26th, get your mind right.
That's it. So we will have a live call-in show. It's not going to be the same format. We're not going to have the whole production, the lights, these mics probably. It may just be on Facebook Live. But we do want to have a call-in show where you guys can participate and call us with your questions and answers for the Orange Bowl. Be on the lookout for that. And also the website, still in the works. Merchandise is still... We're still getting it together. The production is a little bit slower, and we're a one-man band here, so it's a little bit slow. But we're gonna get it going and hopefully get you guys some good merch.
Yeah, and if you want to join our marketing team,
join us.
Row 60. Because it's like Clark says, one-man band.
Well, one man as in
Clark knows everything.
No, all three of us. You, me, and Kelsey.
I don't know what to do. No, I don't know anything about it. I don't. But no, that's exciting. Eventually, one day, folks, it's going to get there.
It will.
Going to get there.
It will. Be patient with us, though. If we had a team of people, it'd already be out.
That's right.
Maybe one day when we have the budget. So.
One day it would.
Yeah. Oh, boy. All right, so let's talk. Let's our first topic right off the bat. Big news breaking: Dan Lanning is going to Oregon.
Yes,
defensive coordinator. And Adam, I just want to say right quick, I think it just goes to show how good Kirby Smart is with this team and managing, I guess, the news like this.
Right.
The players right now on our team are congratulating him. You're having recruits that were recruited by Dan Lanning who are saying, I'm still a dog. There's just a good culture that Kirby has built at the University of Georgia, and it's very supportive of Dan Lanning, and we wish him the best. He's a heck of a guy. Good man, and he's going to do good things at Oregon, I think.
That's right, Clark. I'm excited for him. Obviously, a bright up-and-comer. Obviously, in 2018, Kirby Smart saw a lot of potential with Coach Lanning bringing him on staff as a outside linebackers coach. He was a grad assistant at Alabama under Kirby in 2015. Saw the potential there, and at 35 years old, heck of an opportunity for Dan, man. I'm telling you, probably the premier program on the West Coast. So I hope it works out well for him. Obviously has the Nike money backing him them out there in Eugene, Oregon. And a Pac-12 conference that's very winnable. If you continue recruiting like Mario Cristobal did there and then executing it and holding off Lincoln Riley down in Los Angeles at USC now, I think it's a 2-team conference basically. So if Dan Lanning can win over the roster over there, not have many transfers go out, keep recruiting classes in check, get some West Coast guys to help recruit that area, and then also his Southern connections he has here, pull some guys. I think he'll have some success there. And at 35 years old, heck of a job and heck of a work ethic for him to get to this point, Clark. So, I mean, you got to be happy for him. You got to be happy for him that, he's taking that next step in his career. And it's a big one. Oregon's, I think, a top 15 job in America. And if you're Dan Lanning at his age and his point in his career, you can't turn that down. You got to try it. And we wish him all the best except for Labor Day weekend next year.
That's right.
First game against the Dogs.
Oh, that's going to be a good one. In Mercedes-Benz.
That's right.
Maybe Kirby will put a beat down on his former defense coordinator.
And then I hope he wins the next 11 after that. But, I mean, Kirby's getting a heck of a coaching tree going there, Clark. You know, you got Mel Tucker up at Michigan State, Sam Pittman, of course, Shane Beamer, and now Dan Lanning, all were former assistants of his.
That's true.
The coaching tree's starting to come together for Kirby. So, we'll see where it goes from there, but I don't know any potential guys you think is going to be replacing Dan Lanning. He is staying on through the playoffs, and of course he's going to have 1 foot in Eugene, Oregon, 1 foot in Athens, which is a long way. Right. So I expect there not to be as much responsibility for Lanning prepping for Michigan and potentially the national championship, kind of doing what Kirby did in Tuscaloosa late in 2015 when Alabama made that playoff and eventual national championship run that year. You got to imagine Clark is going to be Will Muschamp, Glenn Schumann, or a combination of both, right? To be the co-DC, and Schumann's the guy you got to keep around.
Oh, he's young, and I didn't realize this. I don't think he played a snap of college ball.
No, he didn't,
and that's crazy. And I mean, that's some coaches
that
out there.
is crazy. There's some of them, didn't even play a snap of football. Period.
Right.
Like Mike Leach, he played rugby at BYU. Yeah, he didn't play no college football.
Okay.
So, but Schumann's just one of those guys who's real smart. You heard about him when he was a assistant on staff at Alabama. That Kirby, one of his first phone calls come to Athens in 2016, and the guy you heard about right off the bat, who was a hot up-and-comer, always the guy that was you felt like you heard that Kirby was molding into getting up there, at a high-level job in his staff, like a D coordinator job. Right. So maybe this is his time, Clark.
Oh, yeah.
I hope it is, and I hope he's not going to go out west with Schumann, with Dan Lanning, because Schumann would be somebody, it'd hurt have him leave.
And he's a good recruiter. And I think I mentioned this last episode or another one, but he's the one that has developed Roquan and Nakobe Dean, two outstanding football players. Both probably going to be first round picks. So
absolutely will.
We got to hold on to Schumann and really Muschamp too, because Muschamp has paid dividends, especially for our special teams this year. He's a great defensive mind, a veteran. He knows his stuff. So it ought to be interesting moving forward, seeing what these guys do.
Yeah, I think so, Clark. And that's going to open up I think it's pretty easy to speculate that it's going to be Schumann either be defense coordinator or Muschamp or both be co-defense coordinator role, and then it's going to open up one more roster spot on the coaching staff to coach outside linebackers. And I think a name you need to look out for is Nick Williams, former player, been on staff at Georgia before, at Texas A&M, and says a heck of a recruiter. Somebody I think Kirby would like to have come home. So I don't know. I think that's keep an eye out on Nick Williams then.
Nick Williams,
we'll see.
One more thing about Glenn Schumann. He always used to wear the sweatsuit, and a gray sweatsuit. He'd sweat through it every single day, but he would wear it every day. He probably still does. I think he still does. It could be 90 degrees outside, 100% humidity. He'd still be wearing it. Yeah. But I love his dedication, and I think moving forward, we're in good hands. So don't worry about that too much.
I think so too. I mean, but congratulations, Coach Dan Lanning. Much deserved. Much deserved.
Yeah.
So. Excited for him. Give him a clap.
Yes.
Coach Lanning, give a clap. So.
Congrats.
There we go.
All right, let's move on to recruiting. We're just going to touch on this, Adam. Well, I'm going to let you take this one away. You're recruiting way better than I do.
Well, I'll just say this. Me and you don't get paid to talk about recruiting like other people in this world do.
Right.
So it's something that we're not going to touch on because there are guys who make their living talking about recruiting, and they have podcasts about it.
Yeah.
So there's podcasts out there that are from guys who interview these guys, really know what's going on, and we just get our sources secondhand, so to speak, and that's something we don't want to take away from the guys who do it for a living.
Yeah.
So I will say, search out there. There are podcasts from various sites from professionals who are in recruiting 24/7, 365. So look them up. But we need to skim it because early signing day that's just started here the past few years is tough, especially when you're getting new coaches in and transitioning coaching staff is trying to lock these guys up in mid-December now opposed to that first. I mean, you still can, but a lot of guys are honing in on that mid-December early signing date opposed to the old traditional first Wednesday in February like it used to be.
Yeah.
So it would give new coaches time to get in, get a staff, and, have a little bit of time to recruit before the official signing day.
Right.
But now it's more so happening in mid-December here the past couple of years. And that will be December 15th. Which is the day that this podcast is released, will be the early signing day. Right now, I go off Rivals recruiting class rankings is kind of where I like to look as far as where everybody is at. And Georgia right now is projected number 1.
Good.
I think there's still some spots that some guys that can come on Wednesday. I want to just tell people to do their research with the paid guys, and not take anything away from them. But we could just skim over some of the top guys that we have coming in. Of course, Gunnar Stockton. I think as a guy who is quarterback from Raven County, Georgia, up in North Georgia, guy who has broke all of Deshaun Watson and Trevor Lawrence.
Yes, give him a clap.
Give him a clap to 2 Clemson quarterbacks who have won national championships at Clemson. Changed that program, and I don't think the program is right without them. Guys who are first-round NFL draft picks. So if Gunnar Stockton, after breaking those records, if that means anything, which I know you got to go and develop and prove yourself at the next level, but if he progresses like what Deshaun Watson and Trevor Lawrence did from high school to college, we're in good hands at the University of Georgia. So somebody that we're very excited about, a 4-star quarterback. And you got running backs, 5-star running back, Branson Robinson is the guy. I think to continue the tight end lineage that we've seen. Oscar Delp, a 4-star tight end that's committed. You could tell from various sources that he's excited to come to Georgia.
He is.
So one of those guys, and a few. Cole Spears, a 3-star wide receiver who is coming on that I really like. I like that kid. I think he's going to be really good then. So, of course, you just got other athletes that are coming in potentially. Let's just try to skim just a few more, Clark, and then we'll move on from this. I'm excited, of course, about Bear Alexander, 5-star defensive tackle, beating Texas A&M out for him. You know, it's a guy that decommitted, and it seems to be back at Georgia now. Mikael Williams, I mean, continuing 5-star and edge rush guy. So building that defensive line, so Trey Scott, kudos to him, man. Need to keep him. A guy who really, honestly, Clark, early in his career got bashed, a lot of heat, especially because of recruiting there. But in the past few years, it just took off development-wise and getting your 5-star guys in, too. So very exciting for him. But a lot of 4-star and 5-star guys. And I think, too, the biggest position of need, either in the transfer portal or recruiting-wise, and guys that need to step in, and your recruiting pitch to them is, hey, man, you can come in and make a difference right off the bat, and as defensive backs. Wouldn't you say the secondary, obviously. So Julian Humphrey, a 4-star cornerback coming in. Malachi Starks, a 4-star defensive back athlete. Got Kamari Wilson, 4-star. Jaheim Singletary, a guy who just committed here recently, a 5-star cornerback. Another 4-star safety, Ja'Cory Thomas. So a lot of 4- and 5-star guys here. About 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of them, that look really good. So, guys, that's not just any new news because we're not going to take that away from the paid guys to do it. But the class is looking stacked. Kirby Smart doing what he does and has done since he's been here at Georgia and put together top 3 classes. Right now, this one's looking to be number 1. So let's see how they close, Clark.
Let's do it.
Exciting times in Athens, recruiting special. It's always good to get these guys and see the next generation. It's fun to watch like where we're at now and remember like when guys like Jordan Davis committed.
Right.
And so, I mean, that's why I encourage people to follow it, get on these sites and these guys who do it for a living, because you'll have the memories of 3 or 4 years down the road where they're making a big play in a big game. You're like, hey, I remember when that kid watching his highlight film, when he was in high school and when he committed to Georgia. And that's just a neat memory to have, is following the kid from the beginning and watching him grow up and progress then. So hopefully they'll finish number 1, Clark. Hopefully they'll finish number 1 off the field and recruiting, and number 1 on the field this year. Just keep it rolling, baby. So good times in Athens, Georgia. So there we go. That's our just little skim through recruiting.
There we go. That's good, Adam.
Thank you.
we'll do more of that in the off season, I'm sure.
That's right.
If you were, this is another question we got.
Right.
If you were UGA's athletic director, Adam, what would be your top 5 short-term strategic
I have not seen any of these questions. Man, that's put me on the spot too. We're recording. We don't need no dead air, so I don't need to think about it. Whoo, man. All right. If I were Josh Brooks,
Yeah.
5 short-term strategic improvements was I would fire Tom Crean,
Oh, really?
basketball coach.
Yeah, he
Sorry. I know I don't mean to be, but that's what I would do right now.
Okay.
And I would try to get the basketball program up. I would really try to get the and I'm going to go with the whole, not just
Athletic
singling for a
department. Okay.
whole athletic department.
Yeah.
I would probably first I would probably get rid of him. I would get somebody who with some better recruiting connections to some of these guys in Georgia. There's talent in Georgia in
There is.
baseball, basketball, and then we just talked about, of course, in football. It's a place that's easy to get guys to come to. Very attractive place. So I would get somebody who is a recruiter, can get in the AAU circuit in Atlanta, get some talent here, and in doing that to help him out, and something that Tom Crean hadn't has the luxury of, or Mark Fox, is I would upgrade basketball facilities. Clark.
Yeah.
I would upgrade Stegman Coliseum. I would probably build a new arena like Clemson had Little John about 5 years ago, built brand new. And I hadn't been to very many college basketball arenas, but Georgia's behind in that department.
Yeah, we are.
And also too, honestly, I'm more of, if we're talking about, obviously football is my first love, but Georgia baseball, I care more about Georgia baseball than Georgia basketball, to be honest with you. And I love super regionals when that happens. And Scott Strickland, I still think you give him time, but very disappointing. I think he's got another year to let's see what he does this year, but he's got out in the regionals. But I would build another baseball field, a more fan-friendly environment baseball field.
Yeah.
That could be almost a Mississippi, or you could create a Mississippi State, Ole Miss type environment with
That'd be
fans
fun.
out in the outfield, a big party,
Right.
make it more entertaining for folks to come to these games, basketball and baseball alike, and get some more money pumped in to be good. So there's no reason why Georgia can't be elite in all 3 of those sports.
I agree. I think the only problem is I think you're kind of gridlocked in Athens with the amount of space you have. So it would be interesting to see would you put the baseball field right where it's at now, or would you move Foley, somewhere else?
I'd go down South Millage, where the where the softball complex is, kind of get some space over there and kind of get it out of the way and make it big, make it attractive to come to. Because you see Ole Miss, Arkansas, all the SEC, it's a party there.
It is.
And obviously it's got to be when you have a winning team on the field as well. But I would like to see just improvements there that can, in return, bring better players to those 2 sports and make it a better fan environment on both sides. And hopefully, because I would love to have in the off season when football's not there. And I do go to basketball games. I do go to some Georgia baseball games, but it's inexcusable. Georgia hasn't made the NCAA tournament in basketball since 2014.
Yeah.
Georgia has made the baseball tournament, but got put out in the regionals in, I guess, 18 and 19, I believe. And then hadn't been to Omaha since 08.
Yeah.
And I think it's inexcusable on both fronts in the state of Georgia to not. I think you should be a top 15 program.
Interesting.
In those, anywho.
Yeah,
So that's what I would do. I'd just say that. That's what I'd focus on. I was an AD. I think everything is going right in the football department. I don't think there's any changes need to be made there whatsoever. And you weight facility, everything. I would hone in on trying to win and get better at basketball and baseball.
Yeah. Only 2 improvements I would make. Now, I'd say these are improvements. This is just like a wish list.
Yeah.
One is I would love, and this is going to rub some people the wrong way, I would love the end zone to be closed in at Sanford. I do love the bridge and everything. Don't get me wrong. But I think it'd be so cool
Trap
to have
some more noise.
Yes, trap some noise in the stadium and make it even louder than it already is. That would be awesome.
I would.
But man, I tell you, the upgrades we really need, we got with the football facility, Butt Smear. It was outdated, it was brand new. It was brand new as of 2011. Butt Smear, the indoor facility and everything, but it really needed an update. Recently, I think you had recruits coming in and they saw a little, 20-yard, turf field closed in, and they were like, "What the heck? Where's the indoor?" And that was it.
When you go to Alabama, there's a 100-yard practice.
Exactly. So, and you got lounges in places, and you got barber shops in places, and these facilities across the nation are outstanding. I mean,
it's an arms race.
Right. It really is.
Into. I mean, it's sinful, but it is what it is.
It is.
And to be the best, you got to keep up with that.
That's true. But man, we've got to get us, Adam, we need to get us a tour. I think I got us a connection.
All right.
And I might put that connection to use. And we're going to get us a tour. And we may make a video of it and show
Take the listeners along with us.
There we go.
Who knows? Let's do it.
That might have to be down the road.
That would be great. That would be great.
But yeah, I don't think Kirby Smart wants to see any outside visitors.
Right now.
Not right now.
Not right now. That's right.
Oh boy. So I don't know if that was 5.
That's a good question. I like it. We covered what we do.
Absolutely. Perfect. Okay, Adam, next one. Bowl game memories.
Oh,
we have quite a few. Let's go kind of quickly with this.
Good or bad? Yeah, you're right. I could ramble on this. I'll talk about some good ones and some bad ones.
Okay.
You want to start or you want me to go?
How you start, Adam? You start.
Well, the first one that really got me fired up about Georgia football, and I talked about it in the very first episode we did. And if people hadn't seen that, look back to where we've come from. Ooh. But I was 9 years old, and it was the 2002 season, but 2003 Nokia Sugar Bowl against Florida State and Bobby Bowden back when they were still a powerhouse. And it was the first Sugar Bowl Georgia had been to since 1982. So it was exciting. It's back then when BCS bowl games mattered. Right. It wasn't just playoffs or bust. You know, I mean, there was excitement in there then. I've talked about that. But that was a fun night. Beat Florida State 26-13. My first trip to New Orleans. It was pre-Katrina. It was just a good time. Right. It was a good time. So that Capital One Bowl against Purdue where we came back. They came back from large margin when we beat them in overtime with the David Green. That was fun. And obviously the Rose Bowl. We've talked about that. I mean, that's number one, of course. But there's been fun games. The worst was probably the Liberty Bowl. Went out there and we got beat by Central Florida like 10-6. Couldn't score from the 1 yard line. Instead of going for it on 4th down from the 1, we chose to kick a field goal. It was raining, miserable, Memphis, just horrible. That was. You know, so I look at Georgia football now and I sit back and think, dang, I remember what I was doing in 2010, watching that 6 and 7 team. Went all the way to Memphis to see them lose to Central Florida in the Liberty Bowl, but Gator Bowl same way against Nebraska.
That's when they had that 99-yard.
Yeah, 99-yard pass, and we couldn't convert on 4th down in the rain. There might have been 11,000 Georgia fans there total, but it was pitiful. It was pitiful. Pitiful. But, it's always fun. I enjoy a postseason game no matter what. Of course, I like the playoffs a whole lot better, so I'm ready for the second playoff experience.
Right.
So.
Yeah, I think some of my favorites were the Florida Bowls. I love the Capital One Bowl going down there, beating Nebraska in 2012. It was actually 2013 the game was played, I believe. But anyway, that was a great game. I think that's when I've never seen Mark Richt as mad during a play as he was during that game. He got furious. I don't know what ticked him off. I think it was something with the refs, but yeah, he got livid. That was also when my dad bought $10 fries. And they were terrible. And he decided to call the Capital One Bowl the Crapital One Bowl.
I love it. I love it. I remember that.
Classic.
That was good. That was
good. The Outback Bowl the year before, that's when we played Michigan State. Got beat by Blair Walsh, missed a field goal, and
got beaten overtime. By Kirk Cousins. That's right.
Yeah. They had a good team. That was a good
yeah. It was like Le'Veon Bell on that team too, or I get him and Le'Veon Bell. That was it.
Yep.
Yeah. So I tell you one thing too. I got to mention. I didn't mention. Last one was 2008 Sugar Bowl, the blackout against Hawaii. Ooh. That was fun.
Adam,
that was a good one.
Please tell us about the Hawaiian fan.
Oh yeah. So I mean, my favorite memory is Marcus Howard running over Colt Brennan.
Oh, yeah.
But the Hawaii, there was from the island. It's not like he was from the States Hawaii fan. He was from the island coming to cheer for his alma mater state team, whatever. So he's there. Really, you could tell he's never been in a big college football environment. So, of course, it was a blackout. It was the first year of the black jerseys, the 07 season, 08 Sugar Bowl.
Yeah.
So they're there with, we're all in black, just screaming. And you look down about 5 rows from there, and this was like the first offensive drive that Colt Brennan and Hawaii had. Yeah. And everybody's, college football air's fired up. And he looks behind them and looks at all of us and behind them, and as dead serious Clark as could be. I mean, there was no sarcasm, no joking to it, whatever. He just turns around and goes, "Shh, be quiet. They can't hear. They can't we need to be quiet." Because his team couldn't hear. Completely did not know. That's the whole point of it, right? So I mean, that was great. That was a good time. That was a good time.
Classic.
So, yep.
Oh boy, Sugar Bowl. Yeah.
Yep.
Bad memories in the Sugar Bowl too with the one in
Texas
18
game.
Texas.
Oh, that was the most frustrating bowl game I've ever been to.
Yeah.
But anyway, I love New Orleans. I love the Sugar Bowl. Love what it means. Hopefully, go to a playoff game or a national championship there some year is good. But anyway,
Yeah.
that's good memories over the years. Hopefully, the best one's going to be here in a few weeks, Clark.
That's it.
Let's go.
That's it. All right. Here's one. We kind of answered this one in the kickoff episode, the very first one we did. When did we know that we were all in on UGA? When did we know that we were dogs? I'll give you mine right quick. I knew I was a Georgia Bulldog at the Hobnail boot. I remember it. Watching it on a little TV in my dad's room right before a middle school football game. He was coaching, and I was the water boy. I didn't know much about it, but I know my dad really hyped up David Green and Pollock at the time, and Coach Richt his first year there. So that would have been when I knew that I was a dog. And then since then, it's kind of exponentially grown, and now we're at probably an unhealthy obsession, but it's okay. You know, listen, there are other things that we could be doing and spending our time and money on that would be a lot worse than college football. So, oh man.
When I tell you, that's good stuff, Clark. And when it was for me, I liked them, but when it became almost unhealthy, obsessive. And throughout my whole life was that 02 Sugar Bowl.
Oh, yeah.
And just seeing the fans in the lobby in the streets of New Orleans, I was like, this is so much fun. Just give me more of it. Injected in my veins.
And you were what?
For the rest of my life, like 8 years old, 9 years old, something. So, and that's when I became, I mean, everybody said, oh, Georgia football. We like Georgia football, you know. But that's when I was like, I live, eat, and breathe it. I'm thinking about it in May. Come count down the day, you know. So, and I hadn't looked back since. So that's got to be it for me.
Yeah. I guess when I really, really knew, and I mean, because, I think you're right. There's a difference between knowing and just, I'm a fan, whatever.
Becoming obsessed.
Right. When I became obsessed, I believe was the 2010 season, and that's because we just went to all of them. My sister was a majorette, so we attended a lot of more games, and I just got into it. I was around Adam a lot, and I think they created a monster in me. So
I love it.
Yeah. But Adam's been a big influence in my life. You know, I picked up a lot of things. If you know me, I love Eric Church. I got that from him. I love Georgia football. Got that from him. I love Walt Disney World. Adam, we're big Disney.
Yeah. I mean,
people,
we're passionate about what we love.
Exactly,
That's what I love about it. That's right.
But that was a good question too. All right. Here's another one. What are your New Year's Eve plans for the game?
We're going to be in Miami, Clark.
That's it.
Whoa,
no other place.
Lord willing,
That's it.
Yeah, I mean, most people are going to be bringing in New Year's, at a party or somewhere else, a big event, a big gathering with a lot of folks, and that's great. Love it. Hope everybody is celebrating happy because the game will be over by then, but we'll be in a car driving north.
That's it.
When the clock hits 12. So 2022 is brought in. So we'll be somewhere on the road between Orlando and Miami at that point. So good Lord willing. So that's it.
Yeah, we're staying in Orlando. May go to Disney for a day.
Yeah.
Go check it out.
We're going to just have a grand time.
Oh, yeah.
So we'll see.
Man, it's going to be fun. I'm really looking forward to this trip. And this is our first time down in Miami for me ever, but also the first time in Hard Rock Stadium. I've always seen it in pictures and in videos and stuff like that, TV. So, it's
going to be fun. First time South Florida. So,
all right, Adam. Next question: what are your New Year's resolutions?
All right, I've got to. What I'm going to do for my New Year's resolution is I need to save money, Clark. Not doing these Georgia games and trips aren't helping with that, but and I want to get in shape and get a little bit more energy and cut off some old LBs. So I'm trying to get a little bit disciplined with all that stuff. So we'll see how that goes, but that's kind of what I got now. Some other goals in mind, kind of work-related stuff, kind of side hustle work-related stuff.
Yeah.
So a little bit of that kind of thing. So
Good deal.
What about you?
So definitely saving a bit more. I'm like you. My bank account, God bless it, is empty at this point after all these games. Listen, I tell you, if we make it, here's the only good thing. Here's the only silver lining about losing this Orange Bowl is we don't have to purchase national championship tickets at that point. We save a lot of money if that happens. So that would be the only silver lining. But save some money and not only save it, but invest it, put it into some places. And do want to grow my money, make my money work for me. I'm like you, Adam. I got to get back into a routine, workout routine. My wife, I think she's wanting to too. So
there you go.
They have to have some accountability there and tag team that. So That'll be good. And
that's good.
Yeah, eat a little bit healthier, Adam. I've added.
Me too.
Listen,
I gotta eat
Chick-fil-A
healthy.
each week doesn't help.
Oh yeah,
and Zaxby's on top of that.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. It'll do it. It'll do it.
Your typical resolutions
for sure
for both of us. But
that's it.
all right, let's go on to the next one. What other hobbies do y'all have besides UGA football?
That's an interesting question. Get to know us a little bit outside of Georgia football. Lead us off, Clark. Go ahead.
You start.
I answered the first. Okay, all right.
You're good. Let me think about mine.
All right. Basically, I have a little. Besides Georgia football, I work in the poultry industry. That's my main line of work. My income comes, but I have a little small cattle farm here where I live at. So I bale hay during the summer, springtime, doing that, and I have some cows. Love working them. Love every day riding around on the mule or gator, whatever, and checking them and just being around the cows and the cattle. Also, I like being in my shop. Probably my main big hobby that I like is I'm a little hobby welder. Hobby fabricator. So I got a bunch of metalworking tools and definitely not a professional at it, but I love doing it and doing some side jobs there. And I love in my spare time, honestly, a MIG, TIG, stick weld, just get out there and run beads and try to get better at that.
There you go.
And try to do a little bit of that and long for the rest of my life then. So I don't know, cows and welding. That's about it. And I'll hunt and fish a little bit, but definitely not die hard like most people out there are. It's more so it's either if I'm not working or with family or at a Georgia football game, I'm messing with cows or tinkering in the shop with something to do with metal. That's about it.
You definitely sound like you're from Franklin County. Adam, let me ask you this. I know you do chickens and all that stuff. Are you planning on having some chickens?
I would like
out there.
Well, as far as
like get some houses,
chicken houses. One day it would be nice. I mean, chicken houses right now with the way the economy is structured, you have to really. And anybody who wants to get into the poultry industry, they better have a lot of money to put down in it, or have a good deal on chicken houses. Because when you do the work, to kind of do the numbers, it's tough with newer houses. So I mean, if the right deal comes up along one day, I would love to have some of my own. But
there you go.
It's pretty tough right now to look at it like say, hey, I want to go build chicken houses, right? And then kind of crunch numbers and do everything. It's tough, but I enjoy chickens, man. It's fun to see the process of how they're handled from being grown from baby chick, being hatched out in the hatchery to baby chicks, and then to everybody's plate. So
yeah, it's a process.
That's what we're known for here in Northeast Georgia. Poultry capital of the world. So that's what we do. That's
it. We used to be Franklin County, where we live, Adam. Didn't it used to be at one point the chicken capital of the world? Yeah, and I know Gainesville
is, and the top ag producing counties in the state of Georgia agriculture. It is chickens. I mean, chickens are king in agriculture and income, and it rotates every year between. I guess who has the most chicken houses between Madison, Franklin, Jackson, all those counties. So Hart, So everything in Northeast Georgia, just like the top producing counties in agriculture in the state of Georgia, rotate in Northeast Georgia really because of poultry. So that's it. That's it. So how about you, Clark? Tell us your hobbies.
So outside of this, I do a lot of videography, photography.
That's right.
I have a company. I've recently recently started that company, and it's doing good. I really enjoy it. Somebody asked me today, how does it feel, being an entrepreneur? And I said, it's good being able to go to work, but not treating it like work. I essentially, when I go and take pictures and videos and stuff, it is just fun, and I get paid for it. So it's a great gig, a lot of fun. Love doing that. Love editing. I like reading books, which is really odd because I used to hate it.
That's good.
But I read like business stuff I'm interested in, and self-improvement books, and it's good. It's good stuff. And I've recently started downloading some audio books, Adam. And
there you go.
Other podcasts. I love a good podcast. And
there you go, Clark. I love that. And very good, very talented in the video photography, putting together video and everything in that line of work. And if anybody has anything as far as that, you want to start a podcast, you want to do, photography, reach out to Clark. And
I'd love to. Yeah. I mean,
he's doing some consultant work. I mean, I guess I am now. That falls underneath your umbrella there, Clark, and your hat. So
yeah, that'd be fun.
Very talented with anything with technology, and I'm the complete opposite.
Oh, no, that's not true. But I enjoy that stuff. Technology's right up my alley. It's fun, and I like fishing. Yeah. I don't hunt, but I do love wetting the line every now and then. And
there you go.
Going to concerts and all sorts of stuff.
There you go.
No, I love a good road trip too, and that ties in with Georgia
That's
football.
it. Can't beat a good road trip. I love it. I love it, man.
Yeah.
Love it.
So, all right, Adam. Next question. Talk about other. Well, this isn't really a question. Talk about other Georgia sports: basketball and hockey, or the two this person mentioned.
Georgia. I have not a clue about hockey. Georgia hockey. Are they even? Is it a club sport?
It has to be a club sport. I know they play in the Classic Center. They used to.
Yeah. Georgia hockey is a very. I don't know. They're Georgia hockey. I guess they're doing good.
Yeah,
I'm sure. I don't know when hockey season is. To be honest, to that listener, please enlighten us on Georgia hockey. If you want to tell us some stuff we need to talk about, because I'm all for talking about Georgia
Adam, we need to go see the ice. I think they're called the Ice Dogs. We need to go see them one time.
Yeah, we need to.
Go sit right there at the glass.
Yeah,
and just pound
I'd be down for it. I'd be down for it. I would support any Georgia Athletics, whatever it is, whatever they have to do as far as rowing, swimming. I mean, if you wear a G on your chest, I'm going to support you.
That's it.
Georgia basketball. I've been watching some basketball games. They beat Memphis the other night. That was a good win, but I think they're 4-5. They're not great.
Yeah.
Predicted to be, probably will be last in the SEC. Unacceptable.
Yeah.
Unacceptable. But whatever, we'll see. I'd like to see Georgia basketball do good. Like I mentioned earlier, outside of football, my second favorite is baseball. Georgia baseball is my second favorite. And I've been waiting a long time for them to be relevant. And I mean, again, as far as making it to Omaha, when it seems like every team in the SEC has made it since then, won national championships in baseball since then. So I don't think there's any excuse why Georgia baseball shouldn't be in Omaha at least once every 5 years, probably more than that, and hasn't been in 13 years. So we'll see what they do this winter and spring.
Another sport I love, I wish I could have attended. I don't even know if is it a match or is it a game or equestrian though, Adam. We've got a heck of an equestrian team at the University of Georgia.
They won a natty, didn't they?
They've won like
that's
5,
good for them, man. I mean, that's exciting. When you go beat some old girls from Texas on the horseback, you're doing something. I mean, I think they beat did they beat A&M or something?
Probably, I would imagine.
Somebody, So when you go out west, and you beat some folks out west on horse etiquette, you're doing big things. So congratulations to the young women at the University of Georgia and the old equestrian field. So that's exciting. That's good. That's good.
Let me ask you this, Adam. This wasn't brought up by a listener.
Okay.
But if you could, besides football, if you could play a sport at UGA that does or does not already exist, it could be something you could create. What would it be?
Ooh. What would it be? I'd probably say, I don't know, probably it could make badminton. Badminton. I don't know if that's a sport or, but I mean, just something like that. Sport. I enjoy a game of badminton.
Okay,
So I don't know, probably, but a sport, like a well-known sport. I'm terrible at golf. And I don't ever really play golf. I haven't played golf in like 4 years. But if I was good at golf, enough to be a D1 golfer, I'd imagine being a golfer at the University of Georgia is pretty fun.
That would be fun. Now that I think
say that,
I think it'd be fun to be a bass.
Bass team. Think about that. The bass team. Now
I can't fish in a lake to save my life, but
hey, there you go.
But that would be mine or something, or maybe like pickleball.
Pickleball. Yeah, that's what I was kind of thinking about. I wanted something off the wall. Badminton just came to mind. Hey,
badminton is pretty fun now.
Competitive badminton. Yeah. That's an Olympic sport, isn't it?
Yeah.
I
think almost everything is an Olympic sport. Oh boy.
Me.
Let's go to this one right here, Adam. And we're kind of shifting gears almost to the end of our list. Favorite Christmas songs. And I'm pretty sure we share the same Christmas song and really the same Christmas movie.
Yes.
But Adam, why don't you tell everybody our favorite Christmas song?
It's got to be Do They Know It's Christmas by Band-Aid, Feed the World.
Feed the World.
With all the 80s pop stars, wasn't that it?
George Michael.
Yeah, Bono and all that. It's just a good song. I like so I like that, and I like Christmas in Dixie by Alabama and Hard Candy Christmas from Dolly Parton, and some more just good good, like meaningful Christmas songs as far as the reason why Christmas is I'm a big fan of the first Noel, Clark.
I love it. Yeah.
I love hammering down on the first Noel.
Yeah.
I like song. I think, and I was thinking about this the other day, Clark, and we need to talk about this. I think the prime Christmas, I like traditional Christmas songs. And I like it sung by the traditional artists. Remakes are good and all. I think the prime, I like Joy to the World, of course, and hearing the Hallelujah chorus is just hammered down an old choir. But I think the most traditional Christmas songs, the best Christmas song era was the late 50s. Ooh. With Brenda Lee's Rocking Around the Christmas Tree, just some of those were just, I think some of your more traditional songs, I think like 1958, 1959, some artists gave us some Christmas song gold.
Yeah, I'm with you there.
So I don't know. I like any traditional Christmas song. I'm a traditional Christmas guy. I'm a traditional person in life.
Yeah.
Anything, I like traditional stuff. I like old school stuff, even though, I guess I'm a younger guy. I'm not really a new school type person when it comes to things. So I like old Christmas songs. Yeah. So anything from back in the day, I like,
Yeah. I like, I love Deck the Halls by Mannheim Steamroller and God Rest You Merry Gentlemen.
I like some Trans-Siberian Orchestra hammer down on the I like that. And I'm a Alan Jackson Christmas, Let It Be Christmas. I think he hammers that. That gives me a good chill when when you get to the chorus of that song with Alan Jackson. He has some good Christmas music. Early 90s Alan Jackson Christmas album that had I Only Want You for Christmas, Honky Tonk Christmas. He had one with the Chipmunks, Alvin's and the Chipmunks.
Yeah.
And if I like, there's a new kid in town by about everybody who sings this. There's a new kid in town. That was on that Alan Jackson album. But a lot of good Christmas songs.
Oh yeah, Feliz Navidad is one of my favorites.
Away in the Manger is a dang good song. That might be my Silent Night and Away with the Manger. Away in the Manger. Away in the Manger is one of those songs. It just gives you chills, man, and that's what it's all about. I love singing with the in the church congregation. Christmas Eve, Silent Night, baby. Give it to me.
And the candles.
Yes, but the candles, Silent Night, and then Away in the Manger, and then you hammer home the celebration with a Joy to the World.
There we go.
Joy to the World. And you wrap it up when Joy to the World comes on. You take it up another notch. Joy to the world. That leads us right
into the next one. Adam, our favorite Christmas movie, obviously, the none other than Christmas Vacation. It's not even close.
No, it's
not even close.
As reference to our board there and Clark's shirt. So I love Christmas Vacation, man. It's a classic. It's something that will never be duplicated.
No.
I don't think is anybody ever, cannot try to replicate that movie. It's gold. It is gold. Every line in it, and you've watched it for years and years. Most people have watched it since it came out in 1989?
Yeah.
And every year, and it never gets old.
No.
You have to watch it 2 or 3 times or even more each Christmas. So absolutely Christmas Vacation is my favorite.
Yeah. I love Elf. Good one.
That's a classic. I think it will. And I remember when it came out, and it's become a classic, Clark, and will for the next generation as well. So a good job by Will Ferrell putting out a classic Christmas.
Adam, he said that he turned down a sequel to Elf.
Interesting. I like it. I respect it, Clark, because it's very rare to hit on sequels in movies. You can only think of a few, I would think, and I think that's a smart move because I don't think you could replicate. I kind of think the storyline with Elf ends where it ended.
Yeah, perfect.
Right. Just and let your imagination run wild after that. Trying to think of any other good Christmas movies. Prancer is a good classic. Good heart. Yeah, it's one that flies under the radar. Old Sam Elliott was in it, so I love anything with Sam Elliott in it. And it's about a young girl who, Prancer. And Prancer, the reindeer, actually gets spotlight in it. Not Rudolph.
Oh, wow.
Prancer, he gets hurt. A young girl finds Prancer, brings it back to their stable on their farm, nurses Prancer back to health. And on Christmas Eve, I shouldn't ruin it.
I want to go watch Prancer now.
That's a good movie. That's a good one.
I'll tell you, some of my favorites are the claymation. I love the claymation Rudolph. I don't know if that's necessarily claymation. But, Rudolph and Frosty, not the claymation, but just the old cartoon.
Yeah.
That was great. I love You Put One Foot in Front of the Other. Oh, I can't remember that one. My dad's going to kill me because we've watched it every Christmas. But
oh yeah. And Santa Claus.
Yeah.
Love Tim Allen. Tim Allen's a good actor. I like him. I like everything about old Tim. And I love the Santa Claus franchise. I actually think the sequels 2 and 3 were well done, Clark.
Yeah,
well done. So I think that's right up there with the Christmas Vacations, Elves. I think when your top upper echelon of Christmas movies, the Santa Claus franchise has to be up there in discussion with White Christmas, with Home Alone. You know, and I mean, Home Alone's a good movie.
It is.
But I mean, it's not. I'll be honest with you, it is not up there in my upper echelon of Christmas movies. I think it's a respectable movie, but it is not up there with just, my top. I mean, let's go mid-tier Christmas movies.
Okay.
Mid-tier Christmas movies would probably be Christmas with the Cranks. My
Four
wife.
Christmases.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Four Christmases. Good movies that you want to watch maybe.
Yeah.
Early December, kind of get it ramped up to your big ones, but respectable ones. So, yeah, that's what I'm going to say.
Adam, what are your feelings on Hallmark Christmas movies? Because I know there's a lot of mixed reports out there. Some people love these movies.
I mean, it's feel good. It's a feel good, and I think Clark, when we're talking about the world and the current state, anything that's a good feel good escape from reality is good. If that's your thing, man, hey. I love good positive stuff, man. I love being positive. So, every story in the Hallmark ordeal is going to work out as far as it's going to be Christmas time in a city where it always snows, right?
Right. A Christmas town with a gingerbread competition.
Yes, and there's going to be a stranger that partakes in the big tree lighting.
Right.
And the few I have seen have walked into the room to, and there's going to be a big Christmas tree light, and the stranger's going to come in town, and honestly, supposed to be home before Christmas, but something happens to the delay of it. Snows in something. They're going to leave after Christmas, and said stranger falls in love with one of the town folk, and decides at the end of the movie, when there is some turmoil in the middle of the movie that might not work out with the relationship, that they are going to live in this little town that always snows in and is always Christmas in, and at the end, they realize they're meant for each other. Good feel good story. That's awesome, man. Hey, I love it. I don't care. I love Christmas.
There we go.
I love Christmas, and if Lifetime Christmas movies are your thing, man, celebrate it.
That's it.
Do it.
Whip up some hot cocoa and build a gingerbread house. Are you building? Let's go to Christmas traditions.
I am going to build a gingerbread house this year. My wife and I, Kelsey, are going to build a gingerbread house this year, man.
Good.
It's going to be a nice gingerbread house.
So you just built a house. Y'all finished it up this past year.
Yeah.
And then you're building a gingerbread house.
Yeah.
Wow.
Absolutely, man.
Good
Absolutely.
deal.
So Christmas traditions.
Yeah. Our family always does a family 12 days of Christmas on the first day of Christmas. My family gave to me, and we always insert a little innuendo or a.
Oh, good word.
That was I remember that one from 11th grade English right there.
There you go.
But like an inside joke or something. And we put it into one of the days and roll with it. It's great fun.
Good time.
Oh, yeah.
Good time.
It's always a good tradition. Anything else y'all do?
I drink coffee all the time. I always do. I love putting on some Christmas music, man. And I love watching Andy Griffith Christmas. I always on Christmas Eve watch the show with old Ben from the store.
Yeah.
That come in, and he wants to be, you know that.
Oh, I know that
classic
one. Yes.
Stuff. I watch that when I watch a bunch of like my favorite shows, Christmas shows. Like Everybody Loves Raymond, one of Dukes of Hazzard, Christmas time one. I love watching everything Christmas leading up to it, and of course the Christmas movies. And then on Christmas Eve night, I'll go outside and a good chill in there, good bright night, and I'll go see if I can find old Rudolph flying through the sky.
Yeah.
So I love our. I'm a volunteer firefighter here in Franklin County. So our pagers, the dispatcher always announces at a certain time of night that Rudolph's been spotted.
Okay.
And they've seen Santa's sleigh, and as a kid when my dad had his pager on, and that would come out and get me fired up. So when I'm around kids now, when you hear it paged out, it's good. I love the magic of Christmas. Love that, man. Love the childhood attitude towards it, and something. Even as an adult, I'll never lose, man.
Yeah.
I'll never lose. So that's exciting.
That's good stuff. Well, speaking of firefighters, Adam, and fire safety, our good friend from Florida, Mr. James Wilcox, sent us a message.
AKA
AKA Jim. Yes. Jim, Mr. Jim, he sent us some fire safety tips for our Row 60 listeners. I love this. I love this. All right, here we go. Number 1, change the batteries in your smoke detectors. If the unit is older than 10 years, he says to replace the entire unit.
That's a good tip from Jim.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I always test them. Hit the test button every month, I'd say.
Interesting.
Yep.
All right, number 2, get a fire extinguisher for your kitchen and leave it readily accessible on the counter, not stuck in a cabinet behind all the pots and pans. 30% of all house fires start in the kitchen. Wow.
Ooh, that's a good point. Dang. That's good, Jim. Good info.
Yeah. So have that fire extinguisher ready to go. Number 3, if you have a live Christmas tree, water it daily. Ours has a split in it, Adam, and it's leaning.
Yes.
And I'm getting a little worried. We got some rad coat ornaments. If that thing smacks on the ground,
that's not what you want.
No, so we may have to take it down a little bit earlier this year.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, definitely keep it watered because I feel like that's a great way for your tree to catch on fire.
Yeah,
Clark Griswold
absolutely, yeah.
Well,
unplug your lights at night. Don't keep the lights shining overnight like you would want to.
Yeah, that's a good point too. Number 4. Have your entire dryer vent tube cleaned out annually. That's something I definitely got to do. Because there's lint just like
you got
cluttered in my yard.
That lint. Yeah. Got to do that. Got to do that.
Oh boy. And then he says, number 5, of course, not necessarily a tip, but go DAWGS.
I love it. I love it. And always have a fire evacuation plan from your house. Your children and your spouses have a meeting spot that if there is a fire for where you need to meet outside the house, like if there's a tree in the yard, a swing set in the yard, hey, this is our designated spot to meet in case of a house fire. Always have a exit plan in every room for your children, for windows or whatever, that are easily accessible to raise up and have a meeting spot. And also everybody sleep with their door closed. Look up pictures of where houses have rooms that weren't touched with their door closed opposed to when they are open. So everybody out there, sleep with your door closed.
Interesting.
It protects
I didn't know that.
Yes, sir.
That's something I'm going to take into consideration.
Absolutely.
Good stuff there.
Good stuff.
Thank you, Mr. Jim Wilcox. We appreciate it. And then what's next, Adam? That's it for the topics. We appreciate that.
That was fun. I hope everybody didn't get too bored by our rambling, but that was a good time. We needed that to light the mood up a little bit and everything. So
we'll do one of those, I'm sure. Down the road,
absolutely we will. We'll do it again. We're going to have some time here soon to talk about whatever.
Yeah.
Hopefully after the Natty, baby.
That's it. Woo! So what's next, Adam? We got the Orange Bowl, December 31st, New Year's Eve, Hard Rock Stadium.
Christmas.
Yes, the Griswold family Christmas. Oh, good stuff. Hard Rock Stadium. We will release a preview episode of that once again on Monday, December 27th. Adam, are you developing a feeling for the game?
We're past kind of rehashing what happened in Atlanta against Alabama. Starting to get back fired up. I'm starting to think that it's one of these deals where I think it's going to make the team a whole lot better. Kind of, a humbling experience. Get them refocused. Get them re-energized. Got finals out of the way. Starting bowl practice up. I think some young guys are going to get some valuable snaps that we might see come in. Yeah. Like Dumas Johnson. Like to see that. See what they made, the challenge that the coaching staff give these guys, that the players give other players, and see the work that they put in the next couple of weeks and be ready to roll with Miami, and get some of that respect back and potentially get another crack at Alabama. So, I love it. I think Michigan's going to be fired up. They haven't been here in a while. Their fans are eating up, buying tickets, coming back down. They're up there, up in the north. Snowing. They want to get down. Hadn't seen their team in the playoff before, so they're going to be fired up. But I think they play into Georgia's advantage, Clark. They do got a very talented physical offensive line, so we're going to have to man up, beat them, stop the run. I think if Georgia keeps doing like they're doing, stopping the run, I don't think Matt Nameir is a quarterback who can beat you through the air, especially like Bryce Young. But we're not going to have to let them. I think it comes down to the trenches. This game truly will come down to the trenches. They got two talented defensive ends, and containing them and the offense moving the ball is going to be big. And then not letting their physical offensive line push our defensive front around. Yeah. Like in Atlanta, getting home, the quarterback stopping the run. And if Georgia does those things, man, book it January 10th, Indianapolis for the big one.
Good deal.
For the big one.
Well, that makes me a little bit better.
What you think, Clark? You feeling good about it,
I'm feeling good. I'm feeling good. I've had some good conversations with my buddy McKay Smith. Shout out to him. And you know, we both think that, like you just said, the matchup is it looks better for the Dogs as this go around than with Alabama. I mean, hats off to them. Once again, I think they played their best game, and it'd be hard to replicate that twice, I think, but we'll see. We got to, but first we do have to take care of business down in Miami. So
that's right.
I'm fired up about it. Adam, any closing thoughts before we sign off?
Man, I'm excited. You know, I mean, Christmas, the best time of the year. And enjoy it with family, friends, and loved ones. And you get the Dogs in the playoffs, baby. You know, I mean, Clemson fans, they're going to Cheez-It Bowl. Florida fans, where are they going? I don't even know where they're going. Where are they going?
I don't know.
Do we even know where Florida's playing?
Auburn's going to the
Birmingham Bowl. Where is Florida going? We need to figure that out.
Yeah.
They also have the 80th ranked recruiting class right now, behind Navy, Army, Utah State, and the like. So great times in Gainesville. So Florida fans are getting ramped up for whatever bowl they're going. Auburn going to
the Gasparilla Bowl.
Playing before Christmas. Is playing before Christmas against Central Florida in the Gasparilla Bowl. So, and Georgia, we're going to the Orange Bowl in the playoffs. So it's just, life's great, people. Life's great. Enjoy it. Enjoy time with family and friends and loved ones. And hey, remember what the season's about. Remember why we have this beautiful holiday. It's not Santa Claus. It's not the lights on the tree.
It's not even football.
It's not even football, Clark. It's about that little boy that was born in Bethlehem, baby.
Yes.
So, Merry Christmas to y'all. Love y'all. Spend time with your family, friends, and loved ones, and we'll be back. And go Dogs, baby.
Dogs.
Merry Christmas.